If you want me to pay my taxes, then change the tax code. But I know you won't, because your friends and your donors enjoy the same tax breaks that I do. And then Hillary Clinton tried to punch him in the taxes. She said, this man doesn't pay his taxes. He shot right back. That makes me smart.
When he had to turn them over to state authorities when he was trying to get a casino license, and they showed he didn't pay any federal income tax.
My friends, the star was born.
I will release my tax returns against my lawyer's wishes when she releases her 33,000 emails that have been deleted.
Dave Chappelle just turned Trump into a human piñata, and boy, did the jokes rain down. But wait, there's more to this story than just Trump bashing. Chappelle's SNL monologue was like a roller coaster ride through the circus of American politics.
Mexico sent firefighters, and Trump was like, make sure they leave when they finish. When he was running for president, he said this at a debate. He said the Haitians in Springfield, Ohio, Trump's a wild guy. He's a wild guy. A lot of countries pitched in. Canada sent planes that helped us out. We're eating people's dogs and cats. That really upset me because I live in Ohio. In fact, what's up, Ohio?
1 minute you're laughing at Trump's expense, the next you're questioning your own lack of empathy. Stick around to see how Chappelle flips the script on all of us. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great. Thank you so much. Now, back to the video. Guess who's back in the spotlight, folks? None other than our favorite orange turd, Donald Trump.
And I watch these fire videos and I read the comment sections and everyone's like, yeah, it serves these celebrities right. I hope the house is burned down. The other day on the news, they said that these fires were the most expensive that ever have natural disaster. They said it's the most expensive natural disaster. And you see that? That right there? That's why I hate poor people. It's ever happened in the United States history. And you want to know why I think that is? Because people in LA have nice stuff.
Dave Chappelle decided to give old Donnie a good roasting on Saturday Night Live, and boy, did he deliver. Chappelle kicked off his SNL monologue with some classic Trump material. But let me tell you, this wasn't your average comedy routine. Nope. Chappelle had a few tricks up his sleeve that left the audience squirming in their seats, unsure whether to laugh or gasp. Now, we all know Trump's got a unique way of speaking, right? Well, Chappelle's impression was so spot on, you'd think he'd been secretly observing Trump in his natural habitat. The audience was in stitches as Chappelle nailed not just Trump's voice, but his mannerisms too. It was like watching a spray-tanned puppet show, only funnier. But Chappelle wasn't just going for cheap laughs. Oh no, he had bigger fish to fry. Remember Trump's wild claim about Haitians in Ohio chowing down on dogs and cats? Yeah, that gem. Well, Chappelle took that absurd statement and turned it on its head. He pointed out that many Haitian immigrants in Ohio were actually brought there legally by the government and have been contributing positively to their communities. Take that, Trump! The audience was loving it, but Chappelle was just warming up. He took them on a comedy roller coaster, mixing hard-hitting political commentary with laugh-out-loud moments. 1 minute, people were giggling at Trump's expense, and the next, they were squirming uncomfortably as Chappelle held up a mirror to society's lack of empathy. You could almost hear the gears turning in people's heads as they tried to decide whether to laugh or feel offended. It was like watching a room full of people trying to solve a Rubik's Cube while riding a mechanical bull. Awkward, but oddly entertaining. And let's not forget about social media. As soon as Chappelle's monologue hit the airwaves, Twitter exploded like a confetti cannon at a clown convention. Some folks were howling with laughter, while others were clutching their pearls in shock. It was a perfect representation of how polarizing Trump's political persona has become. But here's the kicker, folks. What did Chappelle say that made Trump lose his cool? Well, he called out Trump's lack of empathy in wild statements, hitting him right where it hurts: his ego. It's like Chappelle found Trump's kryptonite, and it wasn't his hair or his tiny hands. It was his complete lack of human empathy. Just when you thought Chappelle was done roasting Trump, he pulls a classic bait and switch. Our comedy maestro decided to take a detour from Trumpville and set his sights on a whole new target, the internet trolls. And boy, did he hit the bullseye. Chappelle, being the clever cookie he is, used the LA wildfires as his comedic springboard. But here's where it gets spicy. He wasn't just cracking jokes about rich folks losing their mansions. Nope. He was about to serve up a hot plate of truth with a side of uncomfortable laughter. So, picture this. California's burning, celebs are evacuating, and what does the internet do? It turns into a cesspool of schadenfreude. Chappelle pointed out that people were actually hoping celebrities' houses would burn down. Talk about a lack of empathy. It's like the internet collectively decided, hey, you're rich, so your tragedy is our entertainment. But Chappelle wasn't about to let this slide. He highlighted how these wildfires were the most expensive natural disaster in US history. That's not just rich people problems, folks. That's a whole lot of damage affecting both the wealthy and the not so wealthy. Now here's where Chappelle dropped a truth bomb that made everyone's jaws hit the floor. He said, "That's why I hate poor people." Wait, what? Did Dave Chappelle, the voice of the underdogs, just diss the poor? The audience was squirming, unsure whether to laugh or cry. But surprise, surprise! Chappelle wasn't picking on the poor. He was holding up a mirror to all of us. He was calling out the lack of empathy shown by those who wish harm on others simply because they have more money. It's like he was saying, hey, just because you're struggling doesn't give you the right to celebrate someone else's misfortune. Chappelle's commentary was like a mirror to society, showing how our own pain can cloud our judgment. He pointed out that many people fail to see beyond their own struggles when reacting to disasters affecting the rich. It's like we're all wearing pain-colored glasses, unable to see that tragedy is tragedy, regardless of the victim's bank balance. But Chappelle didn't stop there. He went on to contrast the devastation in wealthy areas with the potential impact in less affluent regions. It's like he was saying, hey, if you think it's bad for the rich folks, imagine what it would be like for those who can't afford to rebuild. Talk about putting things in perspective. Chappelle's SNL monologue wasn't just a comedy knockout. It was a sneaky lesson in empathy, wrapped in a Trump-shaped package. Who knew political satire could make us better citizens? Turns out, laughter might be the secret sauce to getting people engaged in politics. But here's the kicker. While we're busy chuckling at Trump's antics, Chappelle's holding up a mirror to all of us. Maybe we're not so different from the orange man after all when it comes to empathy. So next time you're cackling at a politician's goof, remember, the joke might be on you too. Chappelle's got us all squirming in our seats, wondering if we're the real punchline in this political comedy show.